Hey guys, Bad Brad today here, driving fast, taking chances. Honored to have Jeff Freeman on the show today. Jeff is, make sure I say it right, Hoosier Asphalt Oval South. Did I get all that right?
No.
Dang it, say it. What is it?
It's Hoosier Asphalt Oval Tire South.
Oval tire. I left the tire. I do that all the time. But hey, if you're running those tires, and he can't endorse it, but I can, Bassett Racing Wheels. Bassett Racing Wheels are the best wheels on the planet. Whether you're 5-on-5, wide 5, whether you need mini stock, whether you need big wide ones for your modified, our friends over at Bassett Wheel can definitely get you taken care of. Check those guys out online. Bassett Wheels, the only way to go. Drive fast, take chances with your Bassett Wheels. Well, Jeff, we are so excited that you were actually able to make the extremely long trip across the parking lot to finally come over here and get on a podcast. So welcome, man.
Thank you. It's been 2 months trying to get this to happen.
Two months, and the commute's what's got to kill you.
It was a pretty long walk.
If we measured it off, how far are you from where you're sitting right now, your office?
200 yards.
Would you think it's that far? You could just about throw a baseball that far. So,
if my shoulder wasn't messed up, sure.
Yeah, so people come, oftentimes they'll come through here or whatever. I remember the first time, like the Hartwigs came, they parked overnight here or whatever. They go, dude, Hoosier's in your parking lot. How do you resist the temptation? I don't. I go there and buy too. So, yeah, no, so you guys are super duper close right here, man. And one of the things that a lot of folks may or may not know about you guys, it really is a family business.
Oh, yeah.
Number one, you are not Hoosier. Explain how that works, where you guys plug into that. What is it that you guys do? I don't think a lot of folks understand. I think there's a misunderstanding of who you guys are and what y'all actually do.
Well, we're the asphalt side, the oval asphalt side. My dad was a dealer for many years, and the distributorship come up for sale, and we couldn't buy all of it. I mean, it was every other distributor in the north, the east, everywhere else, they sell all the, road racing, drag racing, dirt racing. We're only asphalt. So we're just a small piece of the whole grand scheme of things, but we're still, the asphalt side's mainly in the south.
Sure.
So the distributorship come up in 99, my dad purchased it, and here we are this many years later. So.
Absolutely. Now, you didn't, even though you started off slinging tires and you were little, and oddly enough, so Jeff, if you guys that don't know, Jeff's probably one of my best adult friends on earth. We've been buddies for 50 years. My dad worked in the race tire industry also, but for the enemy. My dad worked for Goodyear for Tom Parnell.
Oh yeah.
So, but crazy enough, our dads we're buddies forever.
Oh yeah.
So, and Jeff and I raced go-karts each other, grew up with each other.
Oh yeah.
Our lake houses are a handful of pieces apart. So, but we've always been great friends. You didn't necessarily start off your business, your adult life and career in the tire business.
No, I worked at UPS. I was a mechanic for 10 years. So I worked for my dad when I was younger.
Sure.
And my dad decided my goal was I was going to race like everybody else. We slung tires and then we were going to go into racing. My dad said one day, you're going to college. I said, college? What I'm going to college for. At the time, they didn't have anything in racing college.
There's no 4-year degree in raceology.
What am I going to do? He says, I don't want to figure it out. I said, I don't have a clue. I mean, he said, well, go to school for electronics. I said, Dad, I can't even put a radio in a car. I mean, I know nothing about that. So I went to South Tech. Make a long story short, 11 weeks to go to graduate. I go to UPS as a mechanic, which was making way more money than I'd have been in the electronics field. So. And here we are later, 10 years down the road, we ended up back working for my dad, which was what I wanted to do originally anyway.
Sure.
So it helped me a lot. It got me out of it. And I say this, a family business is hard. We all know.
Very.
But going out and working UPS and doing what I did taught me a lot. I mean, a lot about all of it, that whole business aspect of it, working for somebody besides my dad, give me a good work ethic. I know what it's like to have a boss man outside my dad.
Sure.
The hours, knowing you're responsible for when you're going to be there and when you're going. It was definitely, I wouldn't change that. It taught me a lot. So
I think, and obviously as a business owner myself, I think the biggest surprise I had coming from corporate America on my own business was how many more hours I get to work now that it's mine.
It never stops.
Yeah.
I mean, my wife will say, I'll get home and she'll send me back in, start supper, and an hour later, I'm still in the truck with it running.
Sure.
She'll come down and say, I said, it never stops. So
Yeah.
when you have your own business, it's 24/7, 7 days a week. I mean, my phone's not on me right now because if it was, it would
We'd
probably
be on the phone with
ringing.
it, right? Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I had to put it over to the side. So it never stops. Which I love it.
Sure.
Okay, if I didn't, I wouldn't do it.
Probably keeps us young.
Well, I'm starting to get a little grayer now. I mean, now that my dad passed, I never really realized what he did.
Sure.
I realize now how much glue he had in the industry. And a lot of that weight's on my shoulders now. So I'll cry a little bit if I get talking too much about it. So we'll move on to the next part of it.
Now, and your sister's involved?
Absolutely.
Your brother-in-law's involved? Your mama is over there?
My mom's the boss.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, my dad passed. My mom's the boss. And then it's me and my sister. My sister and my mom do all the office stuff. Me and my brother-in-law, Steve Goodrich.
Yep.
I give him a hard time about that because his last name, Goodrich,
absolutely.
right? Big thing, we're not in competition with tires.
Absolutely.
It's all good. We don't read the road racing stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
So, but no, he's a heck of a good guy. But it's the family. That's it. And then we got a guy named Jim Shove. He's the lone guy. I pick on him. I say he's a Jim's mow, blow, and go.
How long has Jim been with you now?
Jim's been with me since the first day, 99. Now he don't work for us all the time.
Full time, right?
But he's never let me down.
I know he's there with you all the speed weeks. He's wherever you guys got to go. He goes to All American with you, all that stuff.
Everywhere I travel, and we need a third guy, Jim goes.
He's your first choice for your third
First
guy.
choice. And then my cousin Joey Freeman, who does his tires at Bowman Gray, he goes with us some too. But Joey works, he's got another job. He don't work for himself.
Sure.
So he can't go as much. But Jim, he always goes with us. So that makes it good that we don't have to have another full-time person. But what people don't really understand is 99.9% of the tires that go through the South come through the location over there. Very few tires get drop shipped, so we handle all the tires. People don't understand. They see us at the racetrack. They thought, well, them boys got off to the next time we see them at the racetrack. They don't understand all the tires.
I'd love to set up a game camera in my parking lot, the number of semis in and out.
Well, we got back Sunday. Everybody thought, well, what you boys got going on next week? I said, well, Monday morning at 8 o'clock, we're going to unload a truck, and tomorrow afternoon we're going to load one back. And we had another one today. So right now is one of the busiest times. Everybody's getting started up and ready to go for the year. So it's a lot going on, which I wouldn't have it any other way. I mean, the asphalt world in the South, really, we got 3 weeks off, really. Yeah. I mean, there's really no time anymore. It's got busier now than ever.
Well, there's really no off season anymore.
There's no off season.
We have the ability to race all winter. I mean, January we were racing Governor's Cup for you guys late in the year, and then Speed Fest or whatever was in January, and then we're right back to New Smyrna. So it's just not a lot of time off.
Florida's 52 weekends a year if you want to.
Absolutely.
And that's basically those guys take advantage of that, and we run a lot in Florida and
Deep South, Alabama, all that stuff. Yeah, absolutely. This episode brought to you by Jeff Hill Trailer Sales in Modoc, Indiana. JeffHillTrailerSales.com has got everything you need. Cargo, utility, stacker, full-blown race trailer, whatever you need, Jeff and his crew will get you taken care of. JeffHillTrailerSales.com. Check them out today. So now you guys obviously handle everything from quarter midget tires. You guys also have go-kart tires now.
Oh, yeah.
You guys do the mini stock tires. You do the late model tires, both super, late model stock, sportsman style stuff, all the way up to y'all do modified tires for many of the tours also. You guys have got a plethora of everything over there.
Now we're doing sprint car tires.
Asphalt sprint car tires.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep. We sort of, that, how tours come and go and things change. I seen the need that we needed sprint cars back on our tire. And so me and Gary Fountain and his wife, Annette, put together a sprint car series in a 2-week period of time and just launched our first race to FMS Outlaws at New Smyrna.
Bad fast.
Hey, listen, when them guys come off, I think their eyes are still spinning when they get out.
Oh, I guarantee it. That Davey Hamilton, I guess it is. He actually puts on an event in Vegas every year.
Oh, yeah. And
it's right before we're there for National Finals Rodeo with my daughter's business. And a couple years ago, it's funny, I got there a couple days early, and I was wearing a Chili Bowl hoodie. And there was a guy in the casino wearing a Velocita hoodie. I said, man, where'd you get the hoodie? Oh, yeah, my kid wears her stuff. What do you think about them guys? Oh, man, they're top shelf. Get my stuff, this, that, and the other. He goes, are you a Chili Bowl guy? I said, yeah, I go to Chili Bowl. He goes, are you here for the Davey Hamilton Classic? I said, the what? He said, Davey Hamilton Classic. I said, well, what is that? He goes, well, they're racing out at the Bull Ring the next 3 nights. I wasn't here for that, but I am now.
That's right.
The next 3 nights, man, they had super sprint cars, midgets, and they had super modifieds, midgets, and they had the winged sprint cars. Dude, put on one heck of a, like 50,000 to win that sprint car.
Oh, that's
deal.
crazy.
Yeah, it was madness, man. Can't imagine how many tires those guys.
Well, Davey won the race, our first inaugural race.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw
It's
that.
been 2 years and he won the race. Man, he was ecstatic. That was awesome.
He was, something was happening right there. I was there that night. Something was happening right there at the end. Somebody got underneath him right there and ended up spinning.
Santos, man.
Santos coming
Man,
in.
he was coming.
He was rolling.
I mean, that deep a run in the corner and them two got together. I thought, oh man,
Something's going to be bad.
it's not.
Thank
gonna
God
be
he just spun.
That's right. And then the other guys missed him coming to the finish line. So it was a heck of a good race. They Flo named our race the best race of Speed Weeks on asphalt. That was pretty cool.
I don't disagree with that, man. It was really, really good. So, like your Speed Weeks or your traditional deal, you guys load up 2-3 days before the event. You typically load up a semi, and a lot of folks don't know you actually have a CDL.
Yeah, I'm the driver. I drive the truck.
Y'all have a Kenworth. I've seen it. You got a 53 foot. You got multiple 53 foots over there, and you actually drive that truck up and down the highway.
I'm the only CDL driver we got.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So you guys leave 2-3 days before an event. You guys go set up the tire compound. You set up your tents. Man, y'all got your grill in the corner, the whole deal. And basically, y'all just set up just like it was a mobile tire shop ultimately.
Yeah, absolutely. We always pick and say we're always the first ones in, the last ones to leave. That's usually how it works. Now, a lot of times we'll have to leave events to come back home to get ready for Monday. If there's a race on Sunday, a lot of times we'll make sure everything's serviced, everything's done, and we'll say, hey, guys, we hate to do this, but we might have to leave before the race.
Sure.
But we always make sure all our customers are taken care of, and there's something there in case something happens. In most of the places we go, the racetracks have a dealer that does the smaller stuff anyway. When we go in, we service the big events. Sure. We go in and help the dealer, or we go in and do it for the dealer. But there's always somebody there to service it if we have to leave. But I don't typically like to leave, but there's cases when, again, it's just me and Steve and my sister, so you got to come home, unload the truck, get ready for next week. So
I want to ask you a couple of folklore, black magic, voodoo questions.
Okay.
Do date codes matter, and is there such a thing as a date code?
The date codes matter.
Okay. I see guys a lot of times going through the truck, and I'm not going to pick on Matt Hirschman, but I see guys get in the tire truck, and they're there for a really long time.
Well, you got to realize, and the way people they think there's magic there, okay?
Sure.
The reason I say codes matter is you want to match the codes to where they're close to the same age, okay?
Sure.
The worst thing happens is an old tire and then a fresher tire. Well, COVID pretty much took care of all that because there ain't no old anymore.
Sure.
I mean, heck, it's still going on as fast as we can build them. People.
Well, I know, obviously, I come over and see you guys, 3, 4, 5 times a month. There's been times I've walked in the warehouse and I'm like, bro, y'all having a going out of business sale? And then there's other times I come over there in the warehouse and it's like, how do y'all walk in here? And we're talking about 3 or 4 days difference.
Oh, yeah.
So, unless they're storing those in some ginormous warehouse somewhere, that stuff looks super fresh to me.
Well, in the asphalt world, different than the dirt world, we don't build tires like every week, okay? We call it winter production. We build up a bunch of inventory, and then because the dirt stuff ages faster, you know what I mean? So
Sure.
it's softer. Softer compound ages faster. So we build a lot of inventory in the winter, and then we deplete it down towards the summer. Then we build another big bulk that gets us to the summer, and then we start back fall. We start building some, and then you got that winter production starts over again. So it's really 3 big builds for the asphalt stuff.
Do you feel like maybe a good example, maybe a bad example? One of the fastest tires that y'all sell is the F15.
Absolutely.
Which would be the Bowman Gray tire.
That's right.
It's a 10-inch wide tire. Everyone's like, well, a 15-inch wide tire is faster. Whew, I don't know about on that tire because it's gumball soft.
It's really soft.
If, let's just say you had F15s left over at the end of the season, and I know back in the day you probably pre-COVID, you had 3, 4, 5 sets of those left. They probably get gobbled up with guys practicing beginning of the year, shaking cars down. But let's just say that we started off the season. If half the field got those last year tires and half the field got brand new tires, would we see a line in the sand drawn? The new guys would be fast?
That's why we always make sure that we plan ahead to have stuff to where everybody's on the same thing. We're not going to let some people race on fresher tires than others, okay? We'll take them out of the system before we do that because we have another outsource for the F-15s outside of Bowman Gray with dirt stuff.
Sure.
So we make sure that people don't get old and new. I mean, I know they think we do, but that does not happen.
Sure, absolutely. And I think part of that too is while you guys are the distributor, what I don't see is retail customers in your business.
We don't retail against. In other words, if I sell a tire retail, I'm doing it for a racetrack.
Sure.
Okay. They get their part of the whole deal. We do not sell against our racetracks or dealers.
If they buy retail tires, they go to Freeman's Auto Center up here and
that's Bowman Gray
from
State.
Joey.
Yeah.
Right, absolutely. So, or I guess Caraway, Ace, they buy from the track there.
No, we'll sometimes have a guy say, "Hey, look, I'm going to go run 5 Flags.
Sure.
Okay, and I'm from this area." Well, Donnie Wilson.
Yeah.
We'll say that guys. Okay, we're going to go down there. So Donnie will send a guy up. You might get 3 or 4 sets. Okay, I'll call Tim Bryant and say, "Hey, I'm billing you for these tires. Donnie come got them. You collect when you get down there."
Sure.
We don't sell against our people. That's just my dad always said. You take care of your guys. We can't do that. We're not going to do that.
Sure. Sure. Well, being a distributor, it's hard to make that, hard to make it fair for everybody.
That's right.
Now, you touched briefly there on the dirt thing. I don't know whose genius idea it was, but there's a group of people in that Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Arca-La-Tex is the area that they call it. They are taking what we would consider to be a worn out race tire, grooving and siping these things, and they're going factory stock racing. Whose brainchild was that? That's freaking awesome, man. Because before those tires were just getting what? Ground up, thrown away, disposed of, or whatever. Now it's like they got a second chance or a second life.
So we was talking about the go-kart stuff you mentioned earlier. I took that same thought process that we were talking about right here, and that's what the go-kart tires developed after, is the asphalt pull-off compounds.
Nice.
And it's taken over a lot of the go-kart stuff. The treaded tire is a asphalt compound of some of the same stuff that we used.
Oh,
So I don't know who the genius was that come up with the idea. It's worked. A lot of asphalt pull-offs go out that way for sure.
Absolutely. I've seen, I don't know if you guys bring them back or what, but there's been multiple times that I've seen, I call them the cage trailers, and they're packed. But every time, that truck, it's got a Texas tag on it. It's got an Oklahoma tag. It's got an Arkansas tag.
When we were at New Smyrna, a guy just come in with 2 tractor trailer loads and carried them to Texas.
Wow.
He makes a living off selling scuffed tires.
That's crazy.
But he takes them back and cleans them and there's a lot
of
more
work
to all that than people. He don't just come get them and turn on the pedal.
I'm sure you probably know the guy's name. You might not know him. Ronnie Humphrey. Ronnie's
I know
a great
Humphrey.
guy. Ronnie's been a customer of ours. He's a buddy of mine. Great guy, good businessman, loves Jesus, takes care of his family. He had that Piranha deal. Man, just everything was clean. Tires were wrapped, the whole deal. And I'm like, Ronnie, how much work you got now? He goes, dude, it's 80 hours a week, nonstop.
People don't
turning those tires
understand.
around.
It's a lot of work.
Turning those tires around. It's easy for me to just go over and pay him for 4 and get them,
Oh, yeah.
walk away instead of doing them myself. But absolutely. So you briefly touched on the go-kart thing. And honestly, I met you theoretically through go-karts.
Oh, yeah.
I won't tell anybody when, but it was 1983.
Yeah.
So go-karts have been near and dear to your heart for a very long time.
Oh, yeah. I started racing, I was 5 years old.
How awesome is it to be able to be part of the evolution of the Hoosier go-kart tire program?
It's big. Everybody wants to be known for something one day.
Sure.
What my dad would call the legacy.
Sure.
And
The cigar man.
the cigar man.
Yes.
That's what my dad, everybody knows my dad.
Everybody knew him, yes.
Cigar man,
Absolutely.
And we started the cigar man tour
Yeah, I
at New
saw
Smyrna
that.
with the modifieds.
That's awesome.
And that's, and Hart would won it, and man, he was ecstatic, the trophy. I mean, every picture you see, they're, and it makes me feel good.
Absolutely.
100%.
Should.
So, but, I'll tell the story. It's a brief story. And I said, we own Woodleaf Raceway Park, okay? And a guy calls me one day and he says, hey, I got my kid wanting to get in racing. And I had him on speakerphone. And my dad was in the other office, and I was telling the guy, I said, look, don't do it. He said, what do you mean? I said, unless you're a chemist or, you got $100,000 to blow on paying somebody to do your tires, do something different. I mean,
the go-kart tire thing's
go-kart
gotten way
got
out of
whack.
hand. Yeah.
So I hang the phone up with a guy. I said, hey, man, I appreciate you being honest. My guy comes in, my dad says, what did you just do? I said, what do you mean, Dad? He said, you told the guy not to get in go-kart racing. I said, I was being honest with him.
Yeah.
He said, we got a go-kart track. What are you thinking?
Right.
I said, I was just being honest, Dad. He said, be part of the solution, not the problem. I said, what does that mean? He said, you figure it out. I said, I thought long and hard, and I thought, treaded tires is what Hoosier with dirt, that's what's all about. And I thought, go-karts people ain't going to accept that. But I'm an asphalt guy. I'm not a dirt guy. So I thought, how am I going to make all this work? Light bulb come on. Thought, we'll take asphalt compounds and put on the treaded dirt tires, and we'll see what it does. So I got the go-kart track. So I still got go-karts, got
Plenty
buggies.
of place to test.
So I went over and done the test, and I tested for about 6 months, different constructions, different stuff. I mean, the tread design's the same, but everything's asphalt compound.
And super cool that you've got that input with Hoosier. You're actually able to say, hey, we need to do this, we need to do that.
I got the engineers on speed dial.
Yeah, as you're developing that product, man, that's awesome.
I mean, I had them on the phone. I'd be running and call them and say, hey, man, it's doing this, it's doing that. We need to change this. Like, no problem, we'll build you more tires. And that's how the whole process got started. And I mean, it was several phone calls and different changes. And I say we got lucky. We hit it. So, and then right now it's booming. I mean, really, but I was supposed to be this morning, and I just got here.
Right.
I've been over here banding tires, putting them together.
2 months ago. You're supposed to be here 2 months ago.
Yeah,
So no, it's definitely taking a while. And again, to have those projects and those new projects are exciting, and being able to get those going. I mean, how much is a set of go-kart tires right now? This episode brought to you by Jeff Hill Trailer Sales in Modoc, Indiana. JeffHillTrailerSales.com has got everything you need. Cargo, utility, stacker, full-blown race trailer, whatever you need, Jeff and his crew will get you taken care of. JeffHillTrailerSales.com. Check them out today. How much is a set of go-kart tires right now?
About $320.
320. So it's not like anybody is retiring off a set of go-kart tires.
No.
You got to be messing with go-kart tires because you love them.
Only because of loving it.
Yeah.
And listen, the sport's dying because of the prepping of the tires. The expense is the biggest thing. People don't have the time anymore to spend the hours after hours after hours working on tires every night.
You know, we talked, I talked a little bit a while back, John Klutz. John was my mentor, road racing.
Oh, yeah.
I won 7 WK road race championships, and I credit that to Stan Yance and John Klutz.
Oh, yeah.
My dad paid John to go be my crew chief every weekend, and we had a lot of success together. And I asked John before he sold the business and retired, I said, what do you think has been the demise of go-kart racing? He said 2 things, and it's very simple. Number 1, money. Go-kart racing should have never paid a prize, ever, period. He said back in the day, we would show up to Daytona. There would be 2,500 go-karts in Volusia County alone, and we were all racing for a trophy, and nobody cared.
Yeah.
And number 2, tire prep. He said tire prep absolutely ruined the sport.
Absolutely.
He said, now I'm not saying that us smearing a little chemical here and there, but he goes, we had cut tires, we had angle cut tires, we had tires that were cut a little bit, tires that were not cut enough, tires that had been cured, tires that hadn't been cured. Now he said it really came down to tire war, and he said it was no longer about who built a better chassis, who built a better motor, this, that, and the other. He said honestly, he said it ruined the sport, and he said it made it where a guy couldn't make an honest living with a go-kart shop anymore.
Nah.
So it made it tough. And I remember as a kid, 1987, I went to my first ever Daytona. We used to run Volusia, the big track. I showed up, and I'll never forget, in junior limited modified, we had 91 go-karts.
Oh, yeah.
Now, and you know what we were racing for? Trophy.
A trophy.
You know whose dad was mad that we were racing for a trophy? Nobody's. What kid was mad that we were racing for a trophy? Nobody. We had the best freaking time racing each other for a trophy.
Oh, yeah.
It was unbelievable. And back in the day, which not Hoosier, if you ran on a wet track, we had Continentals. And if you ran on a dry track, you had Bridgestones.
Yep.
If you were bougie, you had a Dunlop left rear.
Oh, yeah.
But if you wasn't bougie, you didn't have that.
That's
so
right.
It didn't matter. Now you look at this thing, man. Just a few weeks ago, Donnie Knoll came and picked up a new suit, and we were just talking, and I was like, what do you spend all of your time and focus on? He goes, well, he walked in the door, and the first thing my general manager said was, who stinks? Well, it's Donnie. It's not BO. It's chemicals.
Oh, yeah.
He goes, it's my whole life, man. And it's a wonder your children and my children only have 10 fingers and toes.
Yeah, absolutely.
The chemicals that we've inhaled and done over the years, it's been crazy stuff. So it's really fun to see this. Don't touch them. Hoosier come in, support you, obviously. You buy a lot of tires. Support that, and to actually see that where you guys are kind of bringing something full circle and bringing something around, man. Kudos for putting forth the effort for
It's
that.
no prep deal. I mean, we stamped the insides with ink, so you can't roll the inside, and then we it's a dirty tire. Once it hits the track, it can't
Yeah,
get
you don't even
worse.
allow them to wipe them off.
You can't do nothing
Yeah, I
to
saw
it.
that. Saw your sign down there.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
pretty cool.
So, I mean, it's can't take them in the trailer.
Sure.
They got to stay on the go-kart or on the ground.
Right.
So,
That's
I mean,
perfect.
and the racers police each other. You know,
Oh,
we don't have to have a guy walking around going,
hey, he just put,
you wouldn't believe it. I got him on film. I got
There's
him on
8
film.
people over there. Oh yeah, the evolution of the camera, man. Wherever my phone is, the evolution of the video camera, man. You ain't hiding nothing now. So yeah,
It's cool, man. You know, it's really fun again.
Yeah.
I mean, think about when we was racing go-karts, well, not so long ago, when I went back to racing after taking 20 years off, I got the brand new idea
It's a
to go
nice
back.
break,
You
yeah.
know, people don't understand racing is the worst drug there is, right?
Well, there's here's the thing. We were talking about this the other day. If you have a problem with drinking, there's a 12-step program.
Mm-hmm.
Drugs, 12-step program. Gambling, 12-step program. If you're a racer, you just got to race more, man.
That's right.
There's no program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the chemical side of it's what got me back out of it. You know, the prepping thing is just got crazy. I mean, with the treaded stuff, I mean, it's fun again. Okay. You don't have to stay at the trailer the whole time working on the tires. When you're not racing, you're at the fence.
You're out there at like we used to do.
So here's the thing about go-kart racing. I see it. There's really what we call in big car, it's front gate, back gate.
Sure.
Okay. There's go-kart racing. There was really no spectators. Now there's a show now. They racing 3 and 4 wide. I mean, the track, with it being slicker, is better.
Yeah.
The racers come off. They give each other a high five. It's amazing to me. Okay. In a champ car class.
Sure.
They would go out there and run the slick tires, no matter what brand it was. Come in, arguing, sometimes wanting to fight each other, which we don't allow. Go right back out, the same guys with a treaded tire come in, high five and laughing, having a great time.
Crazy.
All we changed was tires.
Yeah.
And it was like, man, that's the most fun we've ever had racing. I'm like, well, guys, you know, we can do this without the prepping.
Yeah.
And this year at Woodleaf Raceway Park, there is going to be no prepping, all treaded tires.
Right on. It's definitely the way to do it.
That's the direction I'm going in.
So you guys have obviously figured things out with the go-kart stuff. What do you see is the evolution of big car tires? We hear a little bit of complaints. You know, racers are going to complain about everything. If you fix a problem for a racer, they're going to create a new one. We know that. I'm a racer. You're a racer. We are part of the problem sometimes. We'd like to think we're also part of the solution. But, you know, if a guy was out here selling NASCAR Tour Leader modifieds for $19,995, somebody would complain that they were $20,000. And it's really $120,000. But what do you see the evolution with big car tires? What do you see is next for that side of the business or that side of the racing world?
As far as what do you mean now?
Well, I mean, you guys obviously have gone back in and you've fixed karting for theory. Now it's just got to go viral. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Can that be done with a big car tire?
Well, I don't know that there's really a big problem with the asphalt tire. I mean, we've changed some components in it and made it better. But I mean, there's no prepping on the asphalt side of it. Now, you got to realize an asphalt racing is a little different than dirt.
Sure.
You buy 4 tires every time you go to track. We keep them impounded. We don't have to sit there and worry.
So you guys do impound?
We impound.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I
See,
didn't
the
know
dirt world, you got to think of it this way. You can go buy your tires from whoever. You take them home. Then the integrity comes in.
Sure.
So the lab is a big important part of it. Taking the samples, sending it to the lab. We do that with the go-kart stuff because we allow them to take them home.
Sure.
Okay? So you got to do that. But now in the asphalt world, all your main bigger races, it's all impound stuff. So you buy them at the track, at least 4, and they stay with you till you go qualify. The racers never get an opportunity. Now, some of the places will let them actually take if it's an 8-tire race, let's call it. You start with qualifiers, finish another set. They'll let them go scuffing. I'm always like saying, guys, why do you do that? I mean, you let them take them to the trailer. Why did we even have an impound for the race tires? And they're like, well, they'll look at me like, why? I said, I'm a go-kart racer. You give me the opportunity to take it to the trailer.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? Well, if somebody else has the opportunity and you give me the opportunity, then I might be willing to try something.
Yeah. How the evolution of the lab has really changed the complexity.
Blue
of that
Ridge
also.
Labs, it's
No joke, is it?
It's a no joke deal.
So the tire prep, this, that, and the other. We had Bobby Pierce on a while back, and Bobby got DQ'd last year over a tire. Now Bobby's won 200 races, has never been DQ'd before, has never been DQ'd after. They, in the dirt world, this is crazy, and I don't think you guys allow this. Let's just say that we show up to Friendship. I go over to the tire truck. I get 17 tires for the weekend. You give me my 17 tires. All of the tires that I don't use, I get to bring back. No questions asked. I bring them back. And if I brought back 4 tires, you charge me for 13 tires and we go. There's no chain of command. He got DQ'd on a tire. How does he know that he didn't get a tire that somebody else had and molested? Now, my Bobby Pierce hater is going to say, oh, Bobby's a cheater, this, that, and the other. 200 race wins. We got 1 DQ. We won all those races and championships up to that. We won all them races and championships afterwards. Really? 1 tire, 1 day, 1 time? No chain of command. Now, I do know back in the day when I ran the Smart Modified Tour, we could turn tires back in. So if we had, now again, we're talking 2002, 2003, 2004.
That don't happen anymore. We again, if it leaves my site,
it's not your
tire.
tire.
Coming back.
Perfect.
No, we what we do, we call it the exchange. You mount it, the size don't size up.
Yeah.
That happens. I mean, come on, it's a tire. You know,
but they do that in the impound.
We do it in impound.
Sure.
But if it ever leaves our site, it ain't coming back because we can't take that chance. So
and I have seen some,
and that's practice stuff. Now let's make sure we're talking about that. Race stuff is not going to leave our site because it stays in the impound.
Sure.
But I mean, if a guy comes over, he buys a set of tires, practice tires, and they don't size up, as long as they do it right there in sight, we'll let them exchange it. Because here's the thing: we're racers, right? If you put that tire on and they don't size up, then in our mind, it's
our whole day.
Our whole day's run.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people, they'll go places and like, that's your 4 tires. Let's make it work. Well, the guy he's done lost. If that tire doesn't, he's not perfect.
He's already mentally beat, so now he's going to be physically beat.
Absolutely. So we want them to be happy. I told somebody that, they said, how many times can I swap a tire? I looked at him, I said, I'm going to ask you a question. Can you be happy? I said, racer's not usually happy. I said, can you be happy? He said, sat there a minute, thought about it. I said, yeah. I said, when you can be happy, then that's when you can quit changing it. He said, I like that. I said, well, that's the deal here. Right. I mean, you can change it till you're happy.
And that's pretty bold because you don't make those tires.
I don't make them. I mean, I sell them.
Sell that tire and you're willing to stand behind your manufacturer. Obviously, your manufacturer stands behind you.
Absolutely.
They're the world's leading race tire manufacturer, and they obviously want to take care of that. But that's awesome that you guys are able to. And I'm sure, I know there's been some situations where I think, I don't remember where it was a few years ago, a handful of drivers had some type of adjustment issue with a tire. And I saw something, you guys had publicly made a statement about it or whatever. Hoosier took care of the problem.
Absolutely.
That was like, man, that's awesome. That, hey, we got an issue. We owe you guys. We'll take care of it.
Absolutely.
That kind of thing. That's just, you don't always see that level of integrity in business anymore these days.
Oh, yeah.
We obviously run our company that way. You try to take care of that also. And I'm sure you'd be willing to go to bat for your customer if they had that problem as well.
Well, my dad always said the customer's right. And it's hard to say that sometimes when, like you said, racer's not always happy. Usually the guy wins. He's happy. Sometimes he may not be, How many times have you ever seen a guy get out of the car and say, I just missed a corner? Or the crew chief say, we missed a setup. But they'll say, I got a bad set of tires.
Oh,
so we always know every Monday I expect I got a bad set of tires. I mean, that's a normal. And I don't want to say maybe they really did, but it's like the little, house wolf, literally, okay. We hear it so much, then it's like you know how it goes.
Right. It's like in the dirt world, we hear it all the time. It's like the guy who wins, the racetrack was flawless. The guy who finished 17th, man, is rutted up, holes, junk, black, slick, couldn't get no traction. Promoter was terrible. They didn't use no water. The kid who won, he's like, man, I love this place. Can we run tomorrow night too?
Same for everybody,
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's like the codes. Let's get back to codes, man. Okay. Yeah. I got 2 sets of tires, right? I got practice tires and my race tires, and when I turned, man, I was bad fast.
Track record speed.
Man, it was good. I bowled them tires on, slow down. But did you ever think that you dialed on your car, and you've been running, right? You put the other tires on, it tightens it up. It shoves the nose, and you slow down. Yeah, you changed the tires, but you adjusted the car as you ran, and it got freer. They don't think about that stuff. And we hear it all the time.
They never think about that. One of the things that was really kind of a good education for me was your Uncle Danny. We were at Caraway when I was running Smart, and I always bought 1 set of tires. And he said, he was really nice about it. He was great about it. He said, you will probably never win a race buying one set of tires. I said, what? Velocita-USA, the world's greatest driving suit. Lighter, faster, better than what you're wearing. Suits, gloves, chutes, helmets, head and neck restraint, everything for your safety program in one location. Check us out online, velocita-usa.com. Give us a call, 336-764-8502. Drive fast, take chances. For all your rodeo and Western lifestyle apparel, check out rocket-donkey.com. That's Rocket Donkey Apparel. You'll see these folks all over the place. You'll even pick them up at the Chili Bowl Nationals. They've got trade show booths at virtually every barrel race in America. Check them out online, rocket-donkey.com. Hey guys, this part of the show brought to you in part by EasySponsorships.com. If you're looking for sponsorship for your race car and running into dead ends and closed doors everywhere, check out EasySponsorships.com and learn from the super sponsor man, Claude Hagerty. He will show you how to find money to go racing. He said, you will probably never win a race buying one set of tires. I said, what? We can't use but one set. He goes, you're right. You're only allowed to race a set of tires. But you can use as many tires as you want. I was like, what do you mean? He goes, well, if you look at the guys that consistently finish in front of you, they are buying 2 sets of tires or 10 tires or 12 tires. I was like, well, why would they do that? And he goes, well, are you going to qualify on used tires? No. Are you going to race on used tires? I'm not going to start the race on used tires. He said, but you're going to take your car out there right now and you're going to run them 151 lap old tires from the last time that you ran, and you're going to get your car set up. Then you're going to take them brand new tires and go out there and qualify. And when you get to the corner, it's going to drive all the way to the fence. Yeah. Now you've lost all the confidence that you had in your race car because, like what you were saying, you've got it set up to run on that junk. And now that. It didn't click. A couple, 3 weeks later, Donnie Leah came down and raced with us. And I watched Donnie go over there, and they bought 5 sets of tires. 5 sets of tires. Mm-hmm. I'm like, holy, for a smart race, paid what, $1,800 to win back in the day?
Yeah.
I'm like, 5 sets of tires, man. My man's never been to the racetrack. Never been on a racetrack. Rolls out on stickers. Goes out there. Who's the fastest car on the racetrack? First practice. Never even been there.
Oh, yeah.
Donnie. Okay. Mm-hmm. I mean, I was fast there, but I wasn't that fast.
That's right.
My man comes in, they jack it up, make a couple of adjustments. Those wheels and tires came off of the car, and another set of wheels and tires, also brand new, go on there. He goes out there. He's even faster. He did that 3 times. The 4th time that they did it, they came in, they taped up, dropped their qualifying package.
Oh, yeah.
He went out there and laid down a lap that all of us went, this ain't even fun no more, man.
Right.
Like, we're here racing for second now.
Absolutely.
And he put his brand new set on for feature time, and he went out there and absolutely destroyed us. Now, I went back shifter kart racing after I ran the Smart Tour, and I did the same thing, shifter kart racing. I had incredible success, FR and tag racing, same thing. If I'm not going to race on that used tire, why do I do that? How many racers still have that mentality? They go out there and run that used tire, try to get that car fast, go buy the new tire, and are out to lunch.
Happens all the time.
Yeah, but how do you get them to understand? This episode brought to you in part by Schoenfeld Headers, Van Buren, Arkansas, all the way back to Daddy Schoenfeld, building the best headers for all types of racing. If you need headers for your race cars, SchoenfeldHeaders.com. Check them out online or at any of their thousands of retailers nationwide. This episode brought to you by Bassett Racing Wheels. Whether you're looking for a 15-inch inertia wheel, rolled edge, armor edge protection, whatever it is that you need, DOT, IMCA, Bassett Racing Wheel has you covered. Bassett Racing Wheels is the leader in short track wheels nationwide. BassettWheels.com for all your racing wheel needs. This portion of our show brought to you by Woodleaf Raceway Park. Right on Facebook, check out the world's greatest dirt go-kart track with a focus on kids and family. They have un-go-karted go-kart racing. Jeff Freeman and his staff work tirelessly to make sure your kids are safe and having a great time. Check them out on Facebook at Woodleaf Raceway Park.
Happens all the time.
Yeah, but how do you get them to understand you need at bare minimum, if it's a place that's going to allow 4 sticker tires, how many times are you just out of breath and just tired of telling them you need 8 tires? You don't need 4.
It's the different series. The Super World, all them guys are going to they're going to throw tires at it.
Right.
And they're going to have what they call the mock set. You know,
Sure, yeah.
They're going to show up with the stuff that's left over. They go out, shake the car down.
Shake it down.
You know, check the brakes, the engine, whatever they're going to do. And then they bolt a new set on. Because think about, Brad, you work all week at the shop or weeks prior to a race. And most of the time you unload yours the fastest. You bolt not your scuff tires, but you bolt your first brand new set of tires on. Then it's been all day long down it out, down it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The smart guy who bolt his tires on, he'll watch the time, see what the track's doing. You know, then he'll put his mock set on. He's not sitting there down at all. You know, they'll tweak it here or there.
Sure.
But the guy over there thrashing all week, he's usually not the guy that wins the race. So
yeah, absolutely.
But you know, in the mini stock world, those guys can't. They're going to run tires multiple times. So
Correct.
Those guys putting on brand new, buying a brand new set and putting a set of practice tires on. That really don't make sense.
Probably doesn't make a lot of sense.
Right.
But, back in the day, not a great example, but not a bad example, the Goodies Dash guys, or even like what used to be the Pro 4s at Hickory, those guys could burn up a set of tires every week.
Oh, yeah.
But on the guys, like I think you guys have a really good tire. Is it the D800 or something like that? That's a tire a man can run 3-4 nights in a row.
Oh, yeah.
A brand new set is no faster than a set that's 3
right.
weeks old.
That's right.
I see that. But the slick tire thing, everywhere I go and I see guys that are bad fast in practice that wind up 10th, 12th, 15th in qualifying order, you can almost ask them every time, did you mock up? No.
Yeah.
Why? Well, we were good in practice.
Right.
Well, now you're 12th on a racetrack that's one groove, hard to pass on, and now you're pissed about it. Absolutely. So,
for sure.
Yeah. So that's a battle that you guys probably fight every week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever try to sell a guy more tires, or you just let them get what they want to get and move on?
Well, since COVID, it's definitely turned into now where we limit tires. We figured out that, and these guys has figured out that they don't need as many as they used to.
Sure.
So it depends on the race.
Let me make sure I heard that right. So you sell race tires for a living.
I do.
And you now limit the amount of tires a guy can buy.
I do. Yeah.
So say that out loud one more time.
We limit the amount of tires people can buy.
Would that not limit the amount of income you get to take home?
Well, you got to think about something, Brad. Everybody in racing thinks, we'll call it the rich guy, poor guy. There's no such thing as a poor guy in racing, right?
Well, but we've had that conversation. But yeah, we
here
agree.
we go.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Think about it. If you limit the amount of tires in the poor guy, which there's not a poor guy, but the poor guy's mind, he's now equal to the rich guy.
At least for tires, yes.
For tires, okay. So what you do is you allow them to buy practice tires to go practice, to go test. We'll use the Donnie Wilson again, okay. Donnie may go test 4 or 5 times, okay, and but he's got a lot of cars, he's got a lot of different drivers, but still yet, not picking on him, but that they go do a lot of testing, okay. But when you get to the racetrack, now we make them equal. Donnie's car and the other guy, that's how many tires you can buy that day. That has made it to where tire consumption is basically the same.
That makes sense. I knew that like Martinsville Late Model Stock Race, Mike Looney and I were talking, and last year, whatever the practice day was, he's like, I asked him something about tires or whatever, and he goes, well, we're only allowed to buy 3 sets.
Mm-hmm.
I said, 3 sets? I remember being up there a decade ago, and I don't remember who I was there helping. Maybe, I don't know if it was Alec Young, somebody in that group, one of our local guys that was always fast. I absolutely remember being at that truck and his dad either buying 8 or 10 sets of tires.
back in the day, oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Absolutely.
it was just gluttony, man.
Oh,
there
yeah.
was tires everywhere.
Sometimes you got to help people from themselves.
I can absolutely agree.
I mean,
with
really
that.
seriously. I mean, I hate to say this, and I do sell tires, but a lot of times they waste them.
Sure.
And I mean, do I want to sell tires? Yes. But would I rather have more people racing, buying more tires, than less people racing? It's less tires.
I think as a racer, we'd both like to see full fields.
Absolutely.
With good competition than to see 8 guys are the only guys that can come do it. Absolutely.
For sure.
And I'll ask you a question as a racer. Would you rather see a race, even if it was your favorite driver, who set the pole and checked out on the field, or would you rather see a 24-car field, every driver led at least 1 lap, we had 109 lead changes in a 100-lap race, and they came across the stripe 4 wide for the checkered, and nobody knew who won until we looked at transponder times. Which finish do you want to see?
I don't think you got to ask me that again, do you?
Yeah, exactly. But it's funny, though, because it's like I tell people all the time, they're like, hey, we just want to dominate. I'm like, as a driver, I don't want to dominate nothing.
What fun is that?
I want to dominate the business world, but competition is good for business. And my thing is, man, I know you and I had some great battles when we were kids in junior stock back in the day. Let's pass each other every lap.
Oh, yeah.
And come by side and get off the scales and high five each other.
Let's go back to the go-kart deal again.
Yeah.
Okay, when you run the prep tires, we'll call it.
Yeah.
I don't like to say brands, okay?
Right.
I'm just a guy, I don't use brands.
Yeah,
So no matter what brand of prep tire, it turns into a one-groove racetrack.
it does.
Their integrity is gone. You actually, remember back in the day, if I would have turned and looked at somebody going down the straightaway, my dad would have took the cranker off the side of the motor and busted me upside the head with the helmet on. Now, with the helmet on,
You're right. You probably actually witnessed my dad at North Davidson the first time that I should have won, and either you or Shane Tuttle, y'all were our rivals back in the day. One of the two of y'all actually ended up beating me because I did, my dad used to call it turtleneck. I turtleneck, drove out of the groove, and one of y'all drove around me, and my dad whooped me at the scales.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now, he did not give me the courtesy of, I got bare bottom to bare hand, and everybody got to watch it. But yeah, I mean, because I turtleneck, and you're exactly right. Yeah.
Or the fact of, we go in the last corner and we decide, we're just not going to turn. We just drive through the guy.
Absolutely.
That's one of my biggest things when I decided to come back after my 20-year retirement.
Sure.
I tried to race everybody like we used to race.
They don't race like that.
But no, I tore a lot of go-karts.
Go-karts are weapons now.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll tell you what we do. Let's get rid of all the bodies.
Let's
get rid of all the bodies and let's get rid of all them big Nerf bars.
Yeah.
Let's go back to old school.
Yeah.
Well, the problem would be we'd have to have 14 ambulances at the racetrack.
I would like to be in the collarbone repair industry if that's the case.
Oh, yeah. Well, listen, it would only take one weekend.
You're not wrong. It would take one weekend for each group of racers. Then we would have it done.
We'd get it fixed.
Exactly right. Yeah.
But the problem is, what are we teaching the kids?
Sure.
I mean, I hear the daddies over there telling them, chop them off, I'm like, oh, yeah. Come on, man.
Yeah.
What are we teaching them? Right. Or just don't lift, drive through him. I'm like, man, that's
not what we need to be teaching.
That's not. But let's go back to the treaded thing.
Sure.
The track are slicker. They're not locked down. They can race 3 or 4 wide. It's way better racing. I mean, I'm telling you, you need to come over and watch it. Everybody's seen it like, man, that's go-kart racing like it used to be. Like you say, coming off the track, the high five, and man, we had fun. That's the most fun we ever had.
Right on.
You wouldn't believe some of the guys. Bryson Murray was just over here just a minute ago getting treaded tires. You got Andy Murray, his dad, probably sold more prep.
King of prep.
He's the king of prep.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was over this minute ago. He says, I never believed we would say this, but me and my dad said, the treaded stuff is probably going to take over go-kart racing.
Yeah, I hope it does.
He said, we're tired of smelling it and we sell it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think everybody in the go-kart world, the prep world, they're getting tired of the mess.
Good deal.
So,
It's awesome that you've been able to work with Hoosier and bring that program to where it is, and hopefully that thing goes viral and we
I hope so.
kind of see that. Also, you guys do the quarter midget tires.
Yes.
I've actually been really fortunate to be involved a lot more the last couple of years with quarter midgets, man, and that's a really good group too. Also racing for no money.
Oh, yeah.
Huge car counts, huge fields. What I love about that deal, the volunteerism. If your kid is racing, you have to work the infield.
Oh, yeah.
If your kid is racing, you got to work the grid. If your kid is racing, you got to work the tech shed. I love that, man, and I think it brings that sense of community. Now, again, we're always going to have moms and dads that are going to spend too much. They're all going to do this, that, and the other, whatever it may be. But that's a really good group. And that, to me, even though our dads didn't have to volunteer, your dad would have pulled me out of the mud or pushed me off the berm or whatever.
Absolutely.
We don't see a lot of that in go-kart racing now, but I am seeing that in quarter midget racing. I did the Silver State Nationals in Las Vegas this year. Had to be out there for NFR and some other stuff and got a chance to go over. And I'll be honest, I went out there, it was a big, huge Hoosier race. I went out there and I was like, man, this is going to suck. I'm going out here to make like $500. I got to be here all stinking week for this deal. That was probably, other than Super Nationals, which is hands down my favorite event in Boone, Iowa every year, it's probably the second best event. The racing was unbelievable. The passing was incredible. The meeting the families, seeing the camaraderie, it reminded me of when we were kids.
Oh, yeah.
Seeing those people, working with those people, man, it was just absolutely incredible to do that. And watching them manage tires and talk about tires and that kind of stuff, it was interesting to see the kids kind of really getting that sort of thing. So it was really good to be part of that. And we plan to be a lot more quarter midget stuff.
Think about this right here. This is important thought. When we were growing up with kids and dads started messing with the prep tires, right? and it's got way worse now. The people get to the racetrack. First thing they want to do is they want to run out there and take a pocket knife or screwdriver and stick
it in the racetrack.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. At that moment, they decided right then whether they were going to win or lose. They've
You're
never
probably right,
they hadn't unloaded a go-kart.
Yep.
They know what their tires are fixed for. Their attitude changes, and they're already mad at the world. Okay.
Could you imagine Donnie Wilson going out in the middle of 3 and 4 at New Smyrna? Yeah, we're done, man. That's it. Load them back up. I mean, really, if you think about it. So,
But
yeah.
in the go-kart racing world, that's it's amazing.
That's what's happening.
With the shredded stuff, there's no
Doesn't matter.
reason for that.
It doesn't matter.
So they're already happy before they're happy.
Sure.
So to me, it's changed the mindset of it. Now the asphalt world, like you say, that's a whole different. That's a
It
whole
is
different
what it is.
ballgame.
It's going to change a little bit. And everybody talks about the racetrack changed so much throughout the day. In the pavement world, it changed a little bit. I mean, I ran the dirt late model. Trust me, the racetrack really changed from hot laps to feature time.
Well.
It ain't the same creature.
Well,
man.
and to take a dirt racer and asphalt or either one, the dirt racing guy, he wants 2 laps of practice and go qualify.
Oh, you were down with that.
Yeah, the asphalt guy wants to be there
2 hours.
No, he wants to be there 3 days before the
Yeah,
race.
you're
And
exactly
wants
right.
to dial on it and dial on it.
I think that was one of the biggest shocks that I had going from running the asphalt car at the stadium to running the dirt late model. We showed up and they're like, all right, it's time for hot laps. And I'm like, what is a hot lap? And they're like, oh, y'all call it practice. I'm like, cool. So I roll out there, and like even at Bowman Gray Saturday morning, we get 4, 5, 10-minute sessions, and in the evening we get a 5 or 10 minute session. So I roll out there, and I mean, just about the time I got good and settled in, they threw the checkered flag. I'm like, is that supposed to be the yellow? And I came in, and Michael Tesh and Bill and them were helping me. I said, what happened? And they go, what do you mean what happened? I said, well, it was over. And they go, you gonna give it 2 or 3? I was like, how do you get good in these things? He goes, well, it ain't through hot laps, I can tell you that. I was like, wow. Then sure enough, we rolled out there and qualified, and we featured, and we went home, and I was like, dang, I kind of like that. Because it's like we're using up the racetrack. Where in the pavement world, we're not using up the racetrack. We're actually adding to it. We're putting that rubber down. Let me ask you this, just curious. So you were actually a Hoosier distributor when Hoosier got bought. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So, and it's owned now by one of the majors, Continental?
Continental.
What major changes, if any, have you seen, good or bad? Is the program better for you? Is the program worse for you? Do you feel like they're giving you better resources? It's interesting to see that a company like that would buy a race tire company. To me, anyway, it's very interesting.
Well, they've still kept the main people there. That's the whole thing. I mean, people come and go. People retire. But as far as the main stuff, you got to realize they got their own lab.
Oh,
and most of the people working in the lab are still working in the lab. That's another thing people don't understand. When they make a batch of rubber, they make a small batch. They send it to the lab. It gets tested. Just 4 or 5 different tests. Then they make the big batch.
Sure.
So, and these tires are made by hand. Do you realize that the best tires, and this is important, are made by women?
Wow. More attention to detail.
There you go. It's like sewing.
Yeah.
Most of your best seamstresses are women.
Ours too. One of the things I remember seeing years ago, I went to a boat factory. You and I both have boat problems. A lot of folks don't know about it. But I went to a boat factory looking at a particular brand, and I got to go in their sewing room where they did the interiors. Everybody in the sewing room was
woman.
And they were all wearing white. They had lab coats on, white gloves, the whole deal. And the interiors were absolutely beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, attention to detail. So you say tires are built by hand. Have you've seen them make a tire?
Oh, yeah.
How do they make a tire?
I can't tell you all that. That's top secret.
I see. But there's, I guess some kind of mold. They put the latest stuff up. The whole
you need
deal.
You need to go up there and check it out. It's pretty cool to see.
Next time
really
we go, man.
But believe me, if you've seen it, you'll be like, when you go through the first time, it's like watching a movie and you want to rewind it and watch it again.
Yeah.
It's so amazing. The first time, you got to go back to it one more time. Awesome. Really. But you got to sign your life away.
Yeah, I guarantee you.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, I'm sure they let you video in there too, right?
Yeah, right. Take your phone, your first kid, and
we'll
everybody.
Put a note to self. We'll do a podcast live from the Hoosier manufacturing facility. I'm sure they'll let that go down.
Absolutely not.
Sure let that go down. So Continental's really just has it been good for business?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's better advertisement, for the whole. But you know how Hoosier was a family business.
Sure.
Okay. It was bought by a big manufacturer.
Right.
Things are always going to change.
Sure.
I mean, they've broadened the spectrum. Now we're really worldwide. We were worldwide before, but now we're really worldwide. They're concentrating on a lot of different things just besides racing.
Doesn't Continental do racing tires as well for like GP and European stuff primarily?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
European stuff's that market's really gotten big.
Yeah.
But, you know, a lot of people like to say they've lost focus. They haven't lost focus. They're just trying to get bigger, like anything else.
Sure.
The product, I mean, the F45, okay, it's been around forever and ever. Everybody knows that compound, right?
Sure.
Well, according to different things, fabric, different things changed. We made a few tweaks to it, and right now that's what everybody's back running. Late model stocks have always been 45s.
Sure.
But now the supers and pros across the whole Southeast back on the F45s all the way around. You know, COVID hit. You know, we've had back in the day, I call it, we had so many different options.
Compounds.
Oh my God.
Yes.
And when COVID hit, I mean, golly, that's the one year that I never heard nobody complain.
Really?
They didn't complain about the tire. They just complained they couldn't get the tire.
Sure.
It didn't make no difference what it was.
They wanted it.
Oh God, man, I just need a tire.
Yeah.
And when you couldn't get a tire, it was like a guy hooked on drugs. He couldn't get the drugs. You know what I mean?
Right.
So just being able to have a tire. Now that they're more available, now it goes back to, this set's not as good as that set. But during COVID, you didn't ever hear it. Codes, what was a code? It didn't matter what
Nobody
the code.
was chasing the code.
They just needed a tire.
When did the barcode, when did the scanning thing start happening? Because I remember when I ran the modified tour, we didn't scan tires.
The scanning of the tire, people don't understand. That's just where you can police it.
Sure.
Every barcode on the side. Okay.
But I don't remember, when did that start?
Oh God, that's been 10 years ago probably.
And that helps you police which 4 tires went to the right customer.
There you go. That keeps them from flip-flopping. Not to pick on Donnie again, but Donnie's always got at least 3 or 4 cars.
Sure.
You go to a big race, that keeps him from switching tire from car to car to car.
Oh, okay.
Those tires are locked to that driver.
Okay. That makes sense. It's
equality, making it everybody the same. Just try to make it, equal for everybody.
Sure.
So we can police it.
Sure. So most outlandish complaint you've heard about a racing tire in your career? What's the one thing that you're like, you hung up the phone, you looked at Steve and you're like, dude, you got to listen to this?
Back to what I told you before, 4 same codes, man. I went out there. I was the fastest thing in practice. I bolted 4 tires on, and I'm 20th. It was just those bad tires. I'm like, dude, come on, man. I mean, I didn't change nothing. I'm like, well.
That's probably why I wasn't fast.
But,
you should have changed something.
Guess what? In some of the divisions, they're again not talking about different divisions, but we make sure all the codes match.
Yeah.
So everybody got them same codes, like everybody running on that same track.
Sure.
It was the same for everybody.
Yeah.
But you didn't change nothing. Nothing changed. You know how that goes. Yeah. So, I mean, we hear that all the time. I mean, there again, was there a little something different? I don't build them. I don't know. But it wasn't, when you got one guy, and it's usually that same guy.
Yeah.
That one guy's always going to have the problem.
Yeah, we know that guy. Yeah, our customer service team deals with that guy too. So,
that guy. Okay.
Absolutely.
But, I mean, in his mind, it was our fault.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're never going to change it, no matter what you tell him. In the stagger thing, you tell somebody how to stagger a tire, and then you show them. Not just tell them, you show them, and then you go over a guy, and the guy's like, man, I can't get my tire size up. I'm like,
did you do what I told you to do?
Well, no, I didn't.
Yeah.
Well, then.
Do you know what we call that guy? We call him an ask hole. Do you know what an ask hole is? He asks everybody in the pits how to do something and then does his own thing. He's an ask hole. Okay. So, y'all probably deal with that too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you deal with that. Awesome. Yeah. So, if a guy was needing tires to go test, practice, this, that, and the other, if he's here in our local area, I guess he would just get in touch with your...
Here's the thing. When a guy calls me, I always ask first question.
Where you at?
Where you going? No, where you going to go race at?
Okay.
I want to tell them where to go. Most of these people, they like to try the bypass.
Don't we all?
Yeah, the bypass.
Don't we all?
So when they're trying to do the bypass thing, I always say, I had a guy call yesterday, said, I need some tires. I'm like, where you going? Well, I'm going to practice. I'm like, where you going to practice? I don't know. I said, well, here's the way I got this figured out, right? You pretty well know where you're going to go practice.
Sure.
Okay, you're dialing your car for a track somewhere.
Right.
So where is that track? Well, I might go here or I might go over there. I said, well, whenever you figure out which one of those here or there's it is,
get you some tires.
We'll get you, because I'm going to call that dealer.
Yeah.
And then let him know, and there we go. I said, you're not bypassing. I mean, everybody's going to get their piece of the puzzle.
Sure.
Okay. As we call it, the piece of the pie.
And everybody is convinced if a race tire is $200, there's $199.95 profit in that tire.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it costs nothing to make it, ship it, warehouse it, inventory it, handle it, and redistribute it. All that's free, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I figured it was.
Yeah, I'm 100% profit guy.
100%.
100%. Don't cost me nothing to get it from Indiana. You know what I mean?
Note to self: we're closing the fire suit deal. We were doing tires, so yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Yeah, free. Don't cost me nothing. They give them to me.
Absolutely.
The shipping company don't charge me nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, guys,
And that's why I am the CDL driver.
yeah, because you do it all. Yeah, it's because you're making all that money.
I'm
Jeff.
making all the
That's
money.
why
Man.
it's so
So
cheap.
I don't even hire nobody. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
there's no reason to. There's no reason to. Well, guys, if you're at an asphalt race in the South, any of the major events, any of the major super shows, anything like that, Jeff's super approachable, as you can see, man. He'd love to talk to you about tires, wisdom and knowledge, man. You've been doing this 50 years altogether, I guess, maybe a little longer. Man, Jeff's always willing to talk. Steve is always willing to talk. They're right here in beautiful Welcome, North Carolina.
Absolutely.
If you're here at RCR, a lot of folks come up and do the museum tour and stuff. These guys are always approachable, man. Come check them out here for sure.
Absolutely.
Jeff, we really appreciate you being on the show. Hope to get you on the podcast sometime. Talk a little bit more about Woodleaf, what you're doing there. I know you touched a little bit on the Treaded Tire program. Really want to hear kind of what you guys got going on, man. Super excited to get you back on the show for Woodleaf.
Appreciate it. Again, thank you again, Brad. Good friends.
Man, absolutely, brother. We appreciate you being on here. And folks, that's going to do it today for Driving Fast and Taking Chance. If you want to learn more about Hoosier Racing Tires, of course, they've got a great website. You can see them at the track. They're all over the country. That purple sticker will make you go fast every time. Guys, drive fast, take chances.